Good morning, London. Hello, hello, hello. I just want to get on too because we've got Red Folder News and I want to watch the news. So I thought, hey, just hop on as well, right? Why not? So it's the London, the UK, CCP. What did I just say? CCP? I guess I need more coffee, right? Sometimes I amaze myself what I say. CPI. Oh, did they take away some news? Oh, okay. Well, CPI at 2 a.m. So that's right now, right? Um, CPI. I thought there was also PP. Yesterday I looked and there was much more on it. But anyway, okay. Well, it's still Red Folder News, so let's see if it gets a reaction. We might get some nice movement. Let's see. Hello, guten Morgen, Mr. Z. How are you doing? Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Very excited how it's going. Yeah, it's just really very humbling as well. So, have you been trading already? Did you trade? Yeah, I know you. It's family time for you in the AM in the New York session, right? But did you do any? Did you watch the market at all? It's quite interesting. It was highly consolidating. We didn't have any good trades in PM session, but gold did exactly what we actually outlined it to do, and it went exactly into this N walk, but it did it after close, right? And we literally had a consolidation throughout the whole PM session. And we had a break. I thought, oh, okay, we have a breaker, a breakout. But when you see consolidation like this in a breaker, it's already bad news, right? You see this. And yeah, it just, it started at exactly the time that I got on. We started, well, actually earlier, consolidating into the close. Then a little run up, but it wasn't that interesting to 6. Then again, consolidation. And then gold finally made that move, which we were waiting for during, we were actually sort of like going back and forth between bullish, bearish. I was bullish first, and then I said, yeah, you know what, but if it goes down, it's going to go into this N wall. And now it's making its way up. So I am, we missed quite a bit, but I was hoping the news might give some nice reaction here. Like I would think maybe a reaction to the downside, then we could enter along, right? So that's my thought. That's why I thought, let's hop on early so we can catch the move after the Red Folder News. But hey, I don't know. It doesn't look very interesting, does it? I traded London yesterday, but got chopped up there. New York, I would have traded as my setup was there, but yeah, I couldn't manage to get on. Hey, yeah, life gets in the way sometimes, and that has priority, right? The market will always be here, and we miss trades, and we miss. It is unfortunate sometimes, but it's just something we have to accept. I have a lot of errands to run as well this week, and I need to also do things. And even though when I'm in London, I'm like, it's just consolidate. There will be a good move in pre-market, and it sort of like sucks, but it's like a bus. There'll always be another one, I guess. And at some point, you get more okay with it. I remember like a while back that I would still think, oh my God, there's a move now. I need to take it now because I finally see it. And you think that you don't see it again or something. It's really weird. But at some point, you get to the point that you are like, oh, when you get more mechanical, it gets easier to miss trades, so to speak. And I'm starting to get there more and more. Like, okay, you know what? Whatever. It'll be there. But yeah, it takes time. And I'm still also growing more into that, being more relaxed, not taking trades when the setup is not fully A plus. But yeah, it is totally understandable. Let's quickly have a look at NQ. They sort of like are doing the same thing, right? As you can see, this is the gray box is the opening range gap of yesterday, and I guess NQ was also consolidating in the PM session. It wasn't really interesting to trade. Well, I did go up a little bit, but oh, it did not actually. Did I miss? Oh no, it was a 4 o'clock move. Yeah, yeah. No, okay, I wasn't interested. Look, this was the 1 p.m. Also, like it moved up, made a little bit of a move, but look how it was moving, and then it consolidated in the opening range gap. So I wasn't interested anymore at some point, and then it made a move up into midnight, and then it made the same move as the gold, just to the downside after market close, right? So yeah, the market will always be there, and for me, it's getting more. I'm getting more excited in recognizing bad environments because at some point you just keep on trying and you lose your accounts, your evaluations. But now, for me, and if there's no trade, we just don't trade, right? We don't care. Like for example, when I was looking at this area here, I got stopped out 3 times on this because there was a breaker, and here we had this is actually a very good time normally, right? But 10 minutes after 2 o'clock, I get the best setups. So I thought, okay, we got a breaker confirmation because we had a close above the breaker. So now we're bullish, right? But then when you see this happen and you see consolidation within a breaker, and you have one more move out and we go back into the breaker, it's another retest. It becomes very low probability because you want to break a retest, you want to run, retest back up again, and not this. And this is, very telling already. So, when you start recognizing these things, and I'm just not interested in taking trades like this. 8 points, putting risk on, which is, just I don't know. So interesting, but because we had a day like that, we might get a better day today. So that's the whole point. I just want to have a look at the weekly profile quickly because it's Wednesday, right? We always look at yeah, ICT has a lot of valuable lessons like that. I mean, he's 30 years in, and people know more than we do, right? I mean, I think you can call yourself beginner until 10 years. Then you become intermediate. And after that, yeah, it takes time. Okay, let's see. Monday, we had a Monday high. Okay. A Monday high, and we're going to get a Wednesday low. That's for sure. But are we going to get a Wednesday high? Okay. Let's see how today develops. So guys, you can see the sun is shining again here, and the day started a little bit cold, which is also quite weird for the time of the year. So, but now it's getting a little bit hotter again, so there we go. So I'm just trying, oh, I want to share something else, guys. Yesterday when I was calculating with the fib, the gold, why it's important, the 125, one quarter level, because let me show you again. That's something I want to share. And I've got some news. I've got some news as well to share. Hold on. So when you grade the manipulation move, what did I do? Hold on. Hold on. Was it the 4 hour? Yeah, it was a 4 hour. Okay, so what did I do here? I graded the 4-hour, the higher time frame, just the bodies. And when we had this retracement up, right, it was 125. When you see 125, it's most likely and not the end of the move yet, because for some reason 125 is just not the full range or the full retracement or the reversal move. So, and you can see here, so I was looking at this and I was thinking, you know what, we might go lower into this area to finalize this move. And as you can see, we did it after close, but the 125, I use it a lot and start testing with that as well, because it always gives me sort of an indication like, it's not done yet. And it seems like, I don't know, we've got a beautiful rejection block now here. This here now is going to be a rejection block. It's a beautiful structure, this. Flat bottom and a wick. My favorite. I grade them. So that's for later. Now quickly have a look at NQ. Okay, this news didn't do much, right? We didn't have, so we did create a low in the macro. Where is that low? Okay, guys, let me put it in the chat. So yesterday there were a few requests. I don't know if the people who were here yesterday. So I'm busy setting up a Discord where I can share documents, because it's sort of limited, right? I cannot share documents which I want to, or we can get together between streams or things like that. So I'm busy doing that. Hey TRS, how are you? Yeah, shoot, ask. I'm still busy analyzing, so please ask your question. That's why I'm here. I'm just looking at Nasdaq as well. You see how they move almost similar, right? Gold and Q. They both made a low in outside a similar range, right? I've got to open a door. Hold on. Give me a few seconds. Just a few seconds. Here we go. Why are Nasdaq or S&P 500 also similar? Well, they obviously have different stocks in them, right? But why they are so similar? Because I guess we could just say because they are rigged. Hey, Selecta, how are you? But they are not similar. There is different order flow, obviously, and we use the S&P and the Nasdaq for divergence. So for the big moves, we want to see, for example, that NQ takes out a high and ES does not, for example, and then it turns, and then we have our confirmation for a trade. So we do use it, and when they are not in sync, we know the markets are very unfavorable for us to trade. So it is to really simply say is because it is all highly manipulated, and they are correlated, obviously, but they have different stocks in them. So the stocks can move very differently as well. But they are they tend to move in a similar way, but don't get fooled. So if you are starting out, ES is a little bit slower. So a lot of people start on the S&P 500 because it moves a little bit slower. You have more time to frame your trades, and but you always have to look at both of them. So that's a very good thing if you are seeing that already, that they are similar. But the thing that you need to start look for is for the differences. At the moment, when one takes out a high and another doesn't, and that's where your big opportunity lies for the good trades, and that's the S&T divergence we talk about. Yes, Selector, I can. Do you want me to go over yet? No problem. It's still. I went over yesterday. You were there yesterday, remember? And look what happened. Yesterday we were here, we were stuck, right? We were thinking, okay, but we did say if it goes down, it's going to go into this N walk, right? And we had this consolidation. We were fooled with the breaker confirmation, and then, but this is a confirmation that is a low probability. When you get retest consolidation in a breaker, you know it's not going to be favorable. Now after market close, it went up a little bit, and then we had, this is the settlement price, the little red dotted line, and then it did not move until quarter to the downside, to that move, and then it made its way up, because this was the end of the range. Because I was in doubt, right? Remember I said the range is either here or it's here, but it just, it moved in Asia as we thought it would do, right? Then it went back up, and we are now we have a breaker retest. So I'm bullish on gold. So what I was waiting for in gold, this is the 150 to 210 macros. There was UK Red Fulton news, CPI. So I just wanted to see the reaction, but I wanted to see a leg a little bit lower to take a trade to the upside, but it did not give much. So I just want to wait for a little bit more better price action. But I'm bullish on gold for now, definitely, because we do have a breaker retest. I'm looking for the breaker retest. Let me go to the higher time frame for you as well. Something else on gold I want to share. Remember when I said yesterday 1.25, this is the 4 hour that I graded, the manipulation move. I just used these candles. When you see 125, 9 out of 10 times the move is not done yet. And you see here, that was the move to the downside, right? So start using those 125 levels as well when you grade your manipulation moves. I use them mainly on manipulation moves. Now, I'm bullish on gold, but we took external liquidity. Did we take external liquidity? Am I saying it properly? Yes. So what do we get? We go from internal to external and external to internal. Now with this move here, we took external liquidity. We took out Monday, yeah, we took out Friday's low. So, and we created a wick. Now this for me is a rejection block. This is not liquidity yet. No, not for me. Why? Flat bottom and a wick. This is a lack of manipulation. You see this flat bottom? It needs a wick. It will not be liquidity at once. It will make its way in this area before it goes back up and then down. So I grade this already with my quarter 1/3, Mrs. 1/3 here. So this area has my interest for later today, definitely. But I do believe that we are going up into internal liquidity on the 4 hour. So you always have to look, if you see external liquidity taken on a specific time frame, you look on that same specific time frame for the internal to external move. So I think we are going into this area. If anyone else has a analysis on gold, let me know. So this has my interest, this area here, because it's internal liquidity. We took external, we're on our way to internal, but we have one here as well. I'm just seeing that. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Is this a gap or not? Sorry, I didn't see that little um, close. I want to see 185, 1853, open 1859. No, it's not a gap. Okay, so this is the range here. FUG. You've got an inversion here as well. Okay. You have a buy bias, but my setup will be complete only after the sweep happens. That if it will happen, yes. Um, 165. So Selecta, you know, there was a few requests for the Discord yesterday. So I'm already in the process of setting one up. So it will be soon operational. So we can share documents there and things like that. So because I'm noticing that I'm limited with sharing stuff on YouTube. So it's pretty difficult. So I think it's the best thing to go forward with, and it's not that hard. So yesterday I looked into it after the close. So it will be up and running in let's say Monday for sure when I have everything set up. So guys, if you have any things you want to have in there, let me know, right? Because all your input is welcome. Okay, let me just see. Yeah, we're bullish on gold. You know what is hard with these setups now is that a lot of things happened already in Asia, so we already missed the proper entries. Like for example, for me the retest, the breaker retest has already occurred. That's right over here at midnight, right? This is actually, this would have been a good entry. This is the breaker. Here we have a breaker. And this wick here is a beautiful retest already. It got activated right over here just before midnight. We get a move into it. We have a little bit of consolidation here. It's a rejection here. This is another confirmation, 1/4. You see this wick here, rejection block. And now we're moving out of it. So for me, it's like, yeah, well, now I'm seeing I'm missing something. I'm missing something. I could have entered. I mark I'm working on a model, right, with the 150 to 210 macro. We had another retest in the macro, and this would have been an entry for me as well. How far are we away? 10 points. I missed that. But you see, this is the perfect breaker entry. And if you get in here, so this is the 150 to 210 macro. Hello, Poo. You wanna say hi? What is it? Let's wait. You know why? Um, again, I don't feel comfortable with the price. I also have a question. And don't you think price will take out that midnight candle and then start the actual bull run? You mean it will go down again into this range here? I think we had I think, you know what, if I look at this, right, this is, I see many retests already. This is the settlement price, the red line. We have this retest here. This is the first proper breaker retest. Look at this beautiful wick. Then you get the rejection block. This is rejecting of this one. So this is another confirmation for bullish. Even though we have a little bit of consolidation here, this is what you want to see. You want to see a wick into a wick. Then this gives you, this is algorithmically very strong that we are moving up because it's rejecting from this wick. Now this is now for me liquidity, but we had a breaker that is confirmed, right? But the only concern that I have, in all honesty, is that, oh no, we are not. We still have in the 4 hour, we already are in the, we're in here. Okay, you see what ICT taught us, right? These wicks. This is a premium wick. I'm using that now. I grade it here. Those are my gradings. So I'm using this ICT logic, what he taught us the last few weeks. Now let's see if price wants to go over this or it's going to reject from here. Okay, so I was selector. What I'm looking here. Okay, we had a retest of this rejection block. Not a retest, but it rejected in this block, so that's bullish, right? Then we have a retest of the settlement price, which is the red line. Then we had a retest of midnight and a retest of the daily open. So I use those as well as retest levels. And the bodies are not going below them. Here, the retest of the settlement price, no bodies below. The retest of the midnight, well, here is consolidation, and here it's a flat bottom. Now, the only thing that I'm thinking, are we going to get a wick here? But this is in the macro. This is actually very bullish in the macro. I think we're going to get a run to the upside in and then start the actual bull run. I think this is already indicated that the run is already here. You want to see more confirmation? Breaker on the 4 hour. Opened it. I missed the move, guys, already. This was the entry for me. I missed it. Yeah, it's very bullish, but it's bullish up till one of these levels, either the 0.66, because that's over here, that's like over this liquidity. So I think we're going to get a reaction maybe at 0.66. Let's see if we get a reaction maybe to the downside again. I'm a little bit annoyed. You know why? Because I've been tracking, and Mather knows this. He's been, I think it's 2 months already, right? I think I started tracking this 150 move 1.5 months ago. I started, and this should have been my entry. It's a third confirmation here, but it's okay. We've got more macros to come, so it's all good. Yeah, so I'm very excited about the Discord, and I will be sharing some deeper stuff on the DTT root candles and whatever you got. And I've got other documentations, maybe also making ICT, how to navigate ICT easier, and also what I'm thinking of, like if there are topics that people are getting into an ICT, to implement them in the stream, so we can go over the specific concept maybe, or a specific block. Like for sometimes I use the rejection block a lot, and I frame a lot of trades around them. So if people are like, what the hell are you talking about when you talk about a rejection block, breaker block, something like that, and then we can add the documentation on in the Discord, and we can communicate outside the stream. So I think that's a good thing as well, right? So yeah, I think it's I'm very excited, but I never thought I would do that so fast, because I was like, yeah, but you're limited in sharing only on YouTube. So we need it if we really want to make it serious as a community. It is a necessary thing to do. But anyway, gold, yeah. Yeah, there was so much movement in Asia that I guess we have to be a little bit patient. And this is actually hard for me, because I get FOMO a little bit. But on the other hand, let's see how these levels are going to function. I'm also still testing those ICT wick things. So, but let's go to NQ quickly. Yeah, do we like this, guys? This is the opening range gap of yesterday. Does it have our interest? No, not really. No, NQ, you don't really. So I think we should focus on gold a little bit. So I am leaving these 4-hour, these wick levels, I'm leaving them on because they will become of use later today, or maybe tomorrow, maybe later this week, I don't know. But I highly advise everyone to start looking into those wicks and grade them. And especially those that have a flat bottom next to them. If you see a flat bottom next to a large wick, you will see a manipulation move. It will just most likely will only have a wick to the downside here, and then a rejection, because this candle needs manipulation. It doesn't have any form of manipulation. It's a lack of manipulation, so it will get a wick in the future. And especially with the large wicks next to them, oof, they are one of my favorite algorithmic signatures. I get very excited when I see this, because you can literally frame a trade. If I see the move going to the downside, if it passes the 75%, I'm like, okay, it's my last short, or my second last short. That's how I framed the trade last Friday and during London. I had to run errands, but I framed it in the stream. So I made a short out of it, because I mentioned it. Listen, if I enter this trade, I will get out. It was 0.33, And I got back home, and where was the turn? It was at 4:20 last Friday. You can see it. You can see it in the short. I called it out. Why? It's not magic. It is just these levels, and it's not always the same, but most of the time. So rejection blocks, grade them, and use the 1/3. I cannot say it enough. So anyway, we are missing the trade to the upside in line, but yeah, the entry was here in the 150 to 210 macro. Why? We retested midnight. We already retested the settlement price, and we retested daily open in a breaker, and we have a rejection block here telling us we're bullish. 1, 2, breaker activation, three confirmations, and this should have been my entry at 2 o'clock. So I'm a little bit annoyed because I was here at 2 o'clock. I have no excuse. Ha ha ha. Okay, well, all good. We'll get a retest. I mean, if you miss it, you miss it, right? It's okay. I'm not going to put on more risk and be at FOMO. So sometimes it's also better, you know. I should have when I wake up, I should make a habit just to look at it, because if Asia is forming the setup, you can get the run in London, but then it's hard to have a good entry if you miss the proper entry, right? Still learning. Okay, now let's see if it's going to. Now, what's the interesting part is we got two fair value gaps, right? So we want to know if is this enough, this fair value gap, then go back down, or are we going to go all the way back up? So I'm hoping for a rejection in this wick, in this 4-hour wick, which I graded right over here. This wick. And then get a good entry in the next macro. And otherwise, I will just have to wait until we go to the downside, and then let's say if I would miss it, I have to be okay with until it gets into a fair value gap, and then it's done the taken internal liquidity, and then it might go further back down, right? So, and then we want to see it retest. Is this a breaker? This is not really a breaker because we don't have a high. So are we going to go for the high? Is someone in gold? Did someone take the trade? It's moving. I missed it. I talk too much. Let me mark all the confirmations. So I'm gonna journal it that way. Confirmation 1. There's another confirmation here. 1 o'clock. So this is the first presented fair value gap of the midnight session. Retest here. Then we have another confirmation here. So this red line, the settlement price, you can just activate that on TradingView. It's the previous close line, it's settlement price, but you see it's very valuable. And also, what is another confirmation here? If you see this one here, I'll do this one here. You see the line goes through this first presented, and here it's on top of it. That's also very bullish because it's indicating it's not going to go lower anymore. And this is in the macro, 150 to 210 macro. Guys, do you see where I want to show you again? Where did it stop? 0.66, right? All the confirmation was there. Oh, this is so annoying. I'm actually very annoyed, to be honest. This was actually the trade that we were looking for in the PM session. Exactly the trade. Breaker, activation, retest, and if you get so many confirmations here, yeah, I missed my trade. Yes, definitely, Joseph. I missed my trade. I definitely, yes. I got on it too, and I'm very upset about this, Joseph. I'm actually very upset because this is the model that I'm actually building, and yeah, I'm not. I know we have to wait. I know. I'm very upset. I'm very annoyed, to be honest, because I should not have missed that because there were so many confirmations and I'm lining them. There was one here. I specifically got on at 2 because I wanted to look at the CPI news, right, on the UK. But I was like, oh, there's not really a large reaction. And that fooled me a little bit. But now looking into it, I'm like, oh my God, the breaker retest, higher time frame, rejection block. We retested the first percent of midnight. We retested the settlement price. We retested the daily open. We retested midnight, and we made a low in that macro, which I have been tracking for already 1.5 months, and I'm building a model around it. So I'm very annoyed. Yes. I know. But it always I know that, but I just don't want to miss the obvious moves. And for me, it's also that I'm trying to get better in getting online, and because I talk about it, I miss a lot of things. Now I don't mind, because I hope I can give the information, but I'm just a little bit annoyed about this one, because Methor, he knows, and I always mark these, and it was so clear. It was just in front of me. It was in front of me. But anyway, I know. We just let it run. But you want to give the good example, and especially when you can frame them really well, you want to be able to be in them. And but I'll get better at it, guys. I will be able to analyze it, get into it, and but I got on it too as well, and I didn't look at the market before that. So I guess I was looking at NQ. And I thought, oh, there's not much of a move with the UK news, and that got me a little bit distracted. But hey, you need to start. You have to be faster and look at your specific, and that's when you have a model. No, selector, you did not confuse me at all. No, don't you worry about that. No, not at all. No. It's my. I should have. You were not even here when I went over the yesterday. Right? You asked me, hey, analyze gold. I should have actually seen it, because you asked me analyze gold. But I did, but I don't know. It's just, you did not confuse me at all. No. You guys never ever, don't worry about it. But I hope we can learn what we missed and what we can look for next time, right? And then we catch the trade. Now, let's go back to the 1 minute. So even though, because I think there were more entries to take, even though, so this is what I journal then, especially if I miss it, like, okay, I journal, what have I missed? Why did I not taken it? It's okay, guys. It's all about growing, right? And we don't have to be perfect yet. Now, do we have a new breaker? Yeah. And also, guys, what I actually want to mention, if there's a move like this, I actually don't like it that much. It just trickles up, but it was pretty obvious, right? Now, what happened to my other screen? Here we go. What did we hit? Okay, we hit the 0.5 of this wick. Let's see how it reacts. Yeah, so Joseph, yeah, it's with a move like this, you have to be in it already. Either I'll do that later on. I'll take because I don't want too much. So I love the breaker retest trade. So for me, this would have been, the rejection here of this wick is a one confirm. There were like 3 or 4 confirmations, and then this would have been the last in the macro, the 150 to 210 macro, this one here. And then let's say you get this move, then this candle, I would just You know, when you see this candle hit this wick, the block, I would just market order in, and it would be just outside macro at 210. That's how I would have traded it. But now we have another nice. Now we want to see a retest of this area, right? At some point. So we're gonna mark. I'm gonna get rid of this one. I'll do that later in my journaling. I'm just gonna use the upper wick. I don't want more information here. This is a unicorn. We've got a. No, we do not. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. Because we don't have a lower low. It's a mitigation block here. Correct? It's not a breaker. It's not a breaker. Yeah, we just have to wait. It's okay. It is okay. We don't mind. I actually do a bit, but we're gonna take all this off. But you know, guys, what I'll tell you one thing: when I miss moves in London, and price action behaves in a certain way, and it's very it just moves, but I'm just either too late or whatever. I tend to have really good New York sessions then, because I'm just sort of like, you get to feel the market, and so sometimes it's a positive, I guess, to put it that way, because you sort of like already get a feel of what the market is doing, and so. Do you guys think we are just retracing up, or is this a full reversal? What do you guys think? If you look at the higher time frame. Kalamasa, are you trading today because there is high impact news? I trade literally every day. Especially because I stream, I look at the charts every day. No news or news, I don't care. Because even when there's no news days, we can have very good price action. And you saw that on Monday, right? Because we had an inside week last week. But then after, even though you have a no news Monday, you can still get good moves. So I don't tend to not trade, but I'm more careful. But especially on Monday and Tuesday, when there's no news, I call it ping pong Monday, because what tends to happen, even though we would range, they use the NWOGs, especially when we are in between NWOGs and the midpoints of those NWOGs. You can get a very nice range between them, and they can still be pretty large though. You can have a very good trades between those ranges. So even though if there's no news, there are opportunities. Now we haven't been ping-ponging between NWOGs because we've been higher above the highest one and things like that. So it's been a little bit different now lately, last few weeks. But I do not always only trade with high impact news, but I must be honest. The last Thursday of the month, or the third week of the month, when there is high impact news, I do have my best days because I am a distribution trader, and then I get my larger moves there. So yeah, I do tend to do better with distribution moves, and they tend to be larger with news, but it doesn't have to be always like that. But most of the times it is. But there was impact news in London at 2 a.m., so that's why I came on, and I thought, okay, let's have a look at the news. But um, I actually said it didn't do much, but it actually framed a beautiful trade, the beautiful entry. So that's why I'm a little bit upset by myself that I got confluenced by the move of that this little. I said, oh, that news didn't do much, but it actually gave a lot of, it gave a beautiful entry point for a beautiful setup. So, but hey, it's okay. It happens. Now, I'm very curious if we are going to manage, if we're going to hover around here, or are we going to go into this fair value gap? Weekly mid. Um, and guys, imagine if we just miss this move, right? Let's say London is just going to run, and it's hard to find a proper entry and get a good risk reward. Um, I am fine to just wait until the whole move finalizes and it gets more clear what it wants to do, and then you get a banger trade instead of trying to get in while it's still and then you get slammed, like you said, a selector, it slams back down. um okay, now let me make a bold idea. What if we're going to react from here? Then we might go back into that rejection block on the downside, because we're in a fair value gap now on the 15-minute, and we have that juicy, extremely juicy, beautiful 4 hour here. Or are you going to go higher first? I am just, why I am saying this, and I don't know if anyone else wants to share their input, because this is ICT has been going over these wicks lately, and they have a function. So I have been, since his last, he started to share that knowledge. I never used these before. So I'm just wondering, because this one is here, are we going to reject in this area now with the 0.5, go into this area here? Is this a short now? Hi, Eugene. Friday low. Exactly. Well, this one here, that's lower than I actually thought. You think we're going to go to 3962-ish? Well, but I think we're going to reject in this area here first. But you think we're going to go straight down to Friday's low? Is that the external? Well, is that now we're going to external liquidity because we hit the fair value gap? Yeah, so I'm a break and retest. Same. I am the same. I love retests. For me, it's all about retesting, and then it's either a root candle, it's either specific times, like I showed here, a specific fair value gaps. Retest gives the confirmation. So I'm getting sort of bearish now in a way, because I like this level for. Eugene, you are bearish from here, or are you think it can go higher? Yeah, I'm getting bearish. I think, can I frame a trade here? I'm going to frame a micro gold trade. Shit. Stop loss right above here, and 4072. It's two. They're equal highs here, but let me see. I have to go to the 1 minute, guys, to see the move of the price, how price is behaving. Yeah, okay, I like it. I like it. I like how it's going. Okay, so Mrs. 1/3 is getting out in 1/3 of this move. So that's why I frame my level here. So let me guys show you. Now it's 100 points. So I'm okay with that. It's 473-ish. I'm gonna take it a little bit low. This is my trade for now. And I'm getting excited. I can't enter my account. Why? I'm not in a trade now. Shit. What's happening? Why is oh, come on. Are you kidding me? My password? It's okay. What are you doing to me? I'm missing the trade. Okay, there is some kind of higher entity that doesn't want me to take trades today, guys. Oh, there we go. Shit, but I missed now part of the move. Okay, well, I'm still... No, it doesn't want me to enter. Something is wrong. Come on, go. Go. What are you doing? Hey, Tony, what are you doing? Beautiful. I love it. Yeah. So could we say accumulation, manipulation, distribution to the downside? So it was a manipulation. So it most likely, it might have been the manipulation move, this. And all good to miss it, right? Because now we got the distribution move. Look at that going. Thank you. Go now further down. What are you doing, Dolly? How much drawdown are you in at the moment? But listen, we're retesting the midnight again, right? So just have a look, because I really want to break this level and go more further down, but ow, Dolly! What are you doing? Hey, look here. Come here. Look here. Oh, I can't see. She's biting my foot all the time. What are you doing? Hmm? Go. Hey, leave me alone. Leave me. Let me be. Nice trade. Come on, go further down. Go. I wanted to see break midnight now, and then I am. I just don't like this. There's a very big candle here, so I just don't hope we're just going to. So my TP is pretty much. It's very far down, right? It's all the way here. So actually, it's funny, guys. I actually, if this is the move down, I'm just let's wait, see if it really breaks midnight. Um, I'm just thinking I'm getting out of the trade. Okay, well, bang. 5% drawdown, revenge traded on a position yesterday. Okay, revenge trade. 5% drawdown? It's not too bad. You can get back from that, right? Now let's see what it's going to do, because we're outside macro. Now the only thing I don't like is that it's just hanging up above midnight again. I'm gonna raise my T. If it goes over this fair value gap, it invalidates my trade. I already got out of. I took my profit already. I might re-enter in the macro. I think this is a really good area for it to reject. Yeah, so selector, when you feel like that, it's better to take a little bit of a breather. And yeah, I totally understand what you're saying, because for me, it's also very hard to, I guess we're too hard on ourselves when we do that, right? Um, but just scale down. I don't know what you are you playing micros? And just scale down until you are over your break even again. But 5% drawdown is really, I mean, I guess most of us had worse. Um, and only play your A plus setups. So if you don't feel it, like if you can frame it, because when I get in a trade, for example, I am fully 100% okay to be wrong. But if I can frame it correctly, and if I go over my analysis, and if I can, then I have no issues being wrong. But I have issues when I miss a trade, which I outlined for myself, so that means I'm not fast enough, or when I get in and I actually don't have a proper setup, and I just, well, it is either a FOMO trade or stuff. Then I get really upset with myself. But I'm not upset with myself, not at all. When this would become a losing trade, I will be 100% fine with it. I just journal it and look at it. Okay, what did I miss? Because I have an analysis, and I think it's a good level to reject. But hey, listen, I don't know. I am not a market wizard that I have enough knowledge to know it 100%. But I need 3 or 4 confluences. I have them, but then again, I still could be wrong, and then I need to learn from it. But then I'm fine. I'm okay, I'm 100% okay for this to be a losing trade, 100%. Um, and even when I get in drawdown, I don't mind. I really don't mind. In that case, because my losses are very are managed properly, and I know when I get it right, maybe in New York session, it will make up for the loss most of the time. Not always, most of the times, yeah. The only thing, I sort of like think that it could go down, but if I look at the higher time frame, I'm like, it looks like it might have another move to the upside, right? Because it doesn't look like it could go down from here. It looks weird to me when you have a candle like this and a 4-hour candle goes straight down. That's my only concern that I have. And I'm sort of thinking, why shouldn't we not go a little bit higher into this fair value again? So that's the only concern that I have. So like, are we going to go into this wick and then go down? So is this only a rejection, right, from this level to go further back up into this area? But hey, again, confusing price action. Lower time frame tells me bearish, higher time frame tells me bullish. And we are hanging upon the event horizon, so also bullish for me, to be honest. So It really needs to break this. Um, took me out and went how I thought, and would now make me feel. Took me out and went how I thought. Yeah. Last month closed 15% down across all accounts and managed to get back first week of this month. Losses are inevitable. Yes. Yeah, where is Francis? I missed him yesterday, but I think he's maybe he's sleeping because he's US based. I think, right? He was on holiday, right? Wasn't he? Was the one who was traveling? Okay, selector, I missed that one. Let me tell you what happened yesterday. I knew S&P was going to go up somehow, but I entered on the wrong level. Yeah, that's why we always say time is more important than price, right? And that's the hardest thing. Timing your, you know, what I noticed since I've started this YouTube channel is that my analysis can be spot on, but it's two different things for me: analysis and execution. So I can be, I have a good analysis, but and then I'm still making losing trades. And I just realized, okay, so there are two different worlds, but they have to be aligned at some point. But I guess the one doesn't count if the other, if we have a losing trade, your analysis can be right, but if the timing is off, we are still wrong because we haven't matched the right timing. And that's the hardest part. And that's where the algorithm comes in, looking for the signatures of the algo. And that's why I'm more time-based and looking more into those time-based elements so I can get better in framing those things and looking for, like, is it the right environment? Like, for example, yesterday on the gold, when I saw the breaker retest, but then we went into the breaker and we consolidated in the breaker. It actually gave a lot of information that it would be very low probability. And because I journal it, I'm starting to recognize these things. Okay, look, that happened last time as well when I lost my account because I started, keep on going. I tried it 3 times yesterday, and they were all actually valid trades because it was a breaker retest, but we came down into the breaker, and you still think, okay, we're in the breaker, we can retest it. But if you're in a breaker for an hour, it becomes low probability because you have to retest it and get out of it very quickly, right? So, hey, SK, how are you doing? I'm doing great. How about you? I am doing great. And SK, I think you also mentioned the question. I think you also asked if about Telegram or Discord. But yesterday, I realized upon some other requests that it's time for me to start a Discord channel because I am very limited in also sharing documentation. And so the Discord will be coming. And it will be up and running after the weekend for sure. It might be a little bit sooner if I have the time to set everything up. But latest, it will be next Monday, coming Monday. So I'm very excited about that. Now I am just wondering if we're going to go further up. It just doesn't, I am Eugene, you are bearish, right? And I am as well, but I'm looking at the higher time frame. It just doesn't make sense to me that this 4-hour candle is going to go down. I'm inclined to think that this 4-hour candle is going to go into this fair value gap before making its move down. What say you? It just makes more sense to me if I'm looking at the 4-hour structure. Yes, and it makes it easier also for me to share documentation and things like that, because every time I'm like, oh, I want to share something, but how can I do that? And in the beginning it was just one or two people that wanted something, so we just used the email addresses, but I guess that doesn't work anymore with 134 subscribers. Hey, did we grow again? 135. Oh my God, we keep on growing. Uh, Thank you again. I didn't see anyone. I mean, I guess I don't see pop-ups for everyone, I guess, but thank you again. It just keeps growing. It's crazy. I don't know. I think the 200 might even be, doesn't take that long to get there. But no, definitely, I think it's, I think we already have a community. It's just crazy how fast the feeling of a community is already there. And yeah, so I am going to make it work and think about yeah, what how I can make it as productive as well, where people really can get together and now we're all growing. We are all growing, SK. That's the point of this, right? It's not only me. It's everyone who's joining the community. So, and Discord will help. So if you have any suggestions, what kind of information you want to share there, so it will be like yesterday I went over DTT, digital time theory, what I use as well, and so people are interested now. So I want to share the documentation. So I already asked Anar and the guys who actually are the owners of the concept, like, hey, what do you want me to share? Give me all the free documentations you want me to give and to share. So yeah, so we'll see, and it'll grow organically from there. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm very excited about it. Yeah, I'm extremely excited. So I never thought it would go this fast, to be honest, and that there would be um, yeah. I thought it would be yeah. So okay, okay. What I see price might do is currently it reached a fib retracement area and it will continue down to take out those midnight candles we talked about. What do you mean those? You mean the candles that have been created around midnight? And Selector, how are you calculating your fib retracement? Now we've got equal highs here, right? And we've got a beautiful, this wick now is liquidity because we had a beautiful reaction. So I can actually frame it both ways, to be honest. Um, I would think, I'm inclined to think we might go a little bit higher before we go lower. I think we are going to go into this level here. Let me see, where is it? 4241. Oh, well, just wait. I'm not getting out of my, I'm not in my other trade anymore. Thank God. It reached a fib retracement area. Look, if this is the manipulation move, we have not even reached the 0.5. So I'm actually inclined to, you know what? I want to see something like a retest of this area or this area here or even this area here into the, before we make the move down. I'm getting out of this. Yeah, I'm getting out of this trade. I'm too good. I cannot. There's too many things telling me that we are going to go higher. But we're definitely at some point. This is really. I am very interested in the move to the downside. So Selecta, when you talk about OTE levels, uh, now this is interesting because when a level hits a 38%, it can be enough for a when we're very bearish, it doesn't have to go to 0.5. It can just, this could be enough for it to go down. It doesn't have to go here. Is that the level that you're talking about, Selecta? It does not have to go in here. And I see what I think I understand what Eugene is looking at. If we have a distribution to the downside, we are just forming this daily wick now, and we might turn bearish, right? Is that Eugene? Is that what you are looking at? So you think this is just the wick that goes into the other daily one, and we're just going to the downside, and we're going to go further down? Is that bearish? And then we could see that this is going to be the breakaway gap. Is that it? I'm looking at the 6 hour. So why this would not this be the breakaway gap? I gotcha, because we've got a BPR here. Ah, I see on the 6 hour something very interesting. BPR. This is the breakaway gap then, or this. Can a breakaway gap be a BPR as well? Like this? Okay, I got you. So you're looking at the daily. It's already like we're getting a distribution, another distribution candle on the daily. That's what you're looking at. Okay. So then we can actually safely assume that this wick here, we can use this wick then as premium and discount, and because this hit the 0.5, we have enough confirmation for the down movement then. Because it's for me new that I'm using these wicks, these premium discount wicks. Oh, let me use them on the... Oh, look at that. Now, I did the 4 hour one, and I actually did not do the daily one. But look at the daily, guys. It's exactly 0.5. We hit exactly 0.5. So I guess this is then the confirmation for the move down. Because we hit that discount wick. Wow. But it still looks very... I mean, I'm still a little bit confused if I look at the 4 hour structure, to be honest. But I guess that's part of not being experienced enough, because you've got this gap here, which then we could consider the... okay, I see this wick. This already has been mitigated, I guess. Okay, I got you. Yeah, okay. Okay, I think I am, I'm on board again. Here we go. Again. Um, I'm okay to be wrong. Stop loss. I'm just gonna put it again here. And I am just gonna go, I'll play it safe because this is, I trust this level, 4073, TP 40. And we're almost getting to the time. I'm only thinking about the when we have a new, when the 4 o'clock starts, because we're going to get some volatility most likely with the 4 o'clock candle, right? Because we are now sort of consolidating. Um, we might take out these little highs just in a wick. Very interesting. I think it's a very good educational area to learn, and to, going back and forth between the time frames, being confused by the 4 hour, but then again, um, let's see if we 337. Let me have a look. 4028. No, 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 no. 4027. My TP is 4027, not 4020. I have to change that. This was my TP, not there. I'll just do it here. This is my TP. Yeah, Eugene, but this is will be a long, once it goes down, I think I will be, this will be a longer trade that I have to stay in. I do agree that it will be, it will have it will not go in a straight line to this level, definitely not. But I'm working on getting in longer trades. And I do believe 4027. Oh, why am I doing? No, I am gonna get out here. Okay. No, I'm staying. This is my trade. I might do a Mac. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do two micros, and one will go out here at 0.66, and I'll leave one runner. 4072 and one runner. If it works out, if it's going to go to the downside. Are you in micros as well? Okay. Yeah. Well, if it's a daily distribution candle, I mean, we could have a really fast move then. Um, I felt this might be a long trade because if we flipped at 4 hour because it closed, it might dictate the whole day. Exactly. Yes. Yes. So this one here will be. I think it will not hit it before at least pre-market or something. And we could also yeah, exactly. I just wanted to say we might be in consolidation like for a long time, right? And then I'm just thinking, are we going to get like a manipulation move to the 0.5 here to the upside and then go down? Um, I don't mind consolidations if we're at the end of it and we are sort of like, we can see the manipulation move. I don't really mind that. But now it's sort of like, It can go, we can have the manipulation move to the upside, right? Or was this the manipulation move and then we're already down? But um, I mean, it tends, that's the thing. Okay, so we missed this move, and it was already not, it's just it wasn't really distributional. It was just sort of like trickling up, and I'm okay to miss that, even though I wanted to take that trade, but it's okay because I'm working on that 2 a.m. move to capitalize on that. Um, but now, looking at this price action, it's just sort of like, well, it's not really barcoding. We have a little bit of distribution. It's not too bad. We cannot really, it has been, we've seen worse. Let me put it that way. But then we have sort of like equal highs. And the question now is, we keep on bouncing on that event horizon. That's sort of like, we retested midnight here again. I don't hate consolidation anymore, but I do hate it when we are like yesterday. The PM. I mean, we had a lovely session because it was a really lovely chat. So we chatted a lot and we went over different things. But literally, we were in consolidation the whole PM session. So trading wise, yeah. But I guess we have to find ways to make the sessions worthwhile. Maybe by adding some um, fun stuff or educational stuff as well. But on the other hand, when we have consolidation, we know there is a move coming. But it always sucks because um, um, the moment we get off now, the move might come, right? And that's only the. But let's wait till 4 o'clock because a lot of the times we get a lot of volatility injection at 4 a.m. I guess, yeah, yeah. So you are thinking this is the manipulation move, right? Yeah. So that's part of that 1:52 a.m. move that I'm tracking. A lot of the times it is um, either a continuation macro. So either the move has already started from midnight, and then you see this macro time is a continuation, uh, or it is the start of the manipulation move. And the funny thing is, when I made the video, I was like, oh my god, last week it was only continuation, and it was always bouncing around the first presented fair value gap of the afternoon session of the week before. It was every day, it was the same. So I made a video almost being confident, like, oh, most of the times it is either a confirmation of a continuation move or it's a manipulation. And when it's on low probability, I had two examples of one. It was just 2 weeks of, I just went back 2 weeks. And then that week afterwards, it was just consolidation all the time. But I did see some very interesting things when it was consolidation. So it's a very, most people don't start London before 3 a.m. Eastern. So, so that's why I was like, no, I need to start monitoring this and build some models around this one because, but yeah, I was actually also thinking like, okay, we get a retest, we're in a breaker. So, but then again, I was thinking it's a distribution move, but there was no manipulation, right? But, or is this the manipulation? Let's check. Eugene, do you use silver as your confluence with gold? I just want to hear from multiple gold traders how they use it. Just want to see if we have anything here in this area here at the 2 a.m. Let me check. Two, two out. Okay. No, there is no any divergence with between gold and silver on the down on the 2 a.m. move. So now let's see on this move here, 245, 245. Okay, I think we have if I look at silver, right, on the 15-minute, I think we have a little bit of a divergence here at 245. I'm looking at the 15-minute. Yes. So gold took out the 230 candle by the 245 candle, and silver did not. So is that the divergence we need, right? Silver did not take out the 230 candle, and gold did. So I guess that's another confluence, right? We have. Okay, but we have a nice move up now. Let's see what it does in this fair value gap. $349. Macro starting. Macro time. Macro time. Macro time. I like this for a bearish move. It doesn't really, not yet. I'm not worried yet. Hmm. 350. I'm in South Africa, so but I live on Eastern time. If so, I only talk about Eastern. Everything on my chart is Eastern, but I am in South Africa, and it is my laptop is Eastern. I always have to look on my phone because that's the only one I left on. It's 9:51, almost 10 a.m. here in the morning. And Eugene, where were you? I can't remember. Were you from the U.S. or were you from Europe? I can't remember. Or I don't. Maybe you never told me. So for me, it's easy to do London time-wise because it's just morning here. Unless I do voluntary work, then it's a little bit difficult. But now I'm not doing any. And New York session is late afternoon, evening. So it's pretty. I think it's very nice for us Europeans or people in Africa on the African continent to be able to have a London session as well because it gives you a lot of information. We're almost neighbors. You're in Kenya. Nice. I've never been in Kenya. It's still on my bucket list though. Tanzania, Kenya. So we're almost in the same time zone. Yeah, I moved to South Africa because of the bush. Are you in Nairobi or are you outside in the bush as well? Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I haven't traveled. I mean, since I live here, I just love it so much that I mean, South Africa has a lot to offer. We've got beach, we've got bush, we've got mountains. That I have been traveling a lot in. Oh, you stopped out. But Selecta, it is consolidating, right? I mean, just wait. Oh, you are from the UK and you are in Eldoret. I never heard of Eldoret. I'm gonna Google that. Eldoret? Is that a place near? Is it Eldoret? A city in Kenya? I never heard of it. Interesting. Wow. It's in Western Kenya, lying. Why is Eldoret famous? It's a bustling city. Ranked as fifth large, it's famous for its strong economy and it's in the capital of Uasin Gishu County. So you live in the city, but you're close to nature, right? You can do. It's very easy for you on the weekends to. Eldoret, I never heard of it. Interesting. Wow, it looks beautiful. But it's on the way to become a city. It's its Kenya goal to get the city status in the near future. You are 315 kilometers away from Nairobi. Okay, interesting. Eldoret. So you got fed up with the weather as well in our UK. Now let's see. Come on, NQ or gold. I mean, let's quickly check NQ. Oh, you're ugly. NQ is so ugly. Same thing, just consolidating. Fed up with everything. Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, I'll tell you honestly, um, my quality of life really went up since I moved here. Now, it hasn't always been easy, being a foreigner in a new country. But I mean, just having, um, I don't know what it exactly is. It's maybe the overregulation of the governments and stuff like that. But it's just being closer to nature, having more. If I want to go to the beach, I go to the beach. If I want to go to the bush, I am in the bush. I can escape to nature and get my rebalancing much faster than when I'm in, I guess, European countries, because I think it's in the Netherlands. It's just concrete. We don't have any nature. Everything is landscape. There is nothing natural anymore, right? And I had a lot of. I was asthmatic as well in the Netherlands. So and I don't have any issues here anymore. Nothing. Let me just manage my trade a little bit. We're finally moving. I think we're on the right side. Okay, so I've got two micros on. One will, and I will get 73. And the second one will be here. This one will take a while. 4, 3, 4, 3, 4. Now I do want it to really move away from this area now because I don't want it to reject in this, but we have already here a couple of times. So let's see. Now let's move it. Come on, and Q. Gold, move. We're fed up with you now. You're testing. You're testing our patience. I like it. I like this. TP1. I'll make a line here. Hey, this is my TP1, guys. I mean, you really have to have your own. Be careful. You need to have your own analysis before you don't just copy trade, but TP2. It's actually a little bit lower. I'm gonna make my TP2 a little bit lower. This has been a patience trade if it's gonna work out. I mean, it's really, it would be annoying if it doesn't work out, to be honest. 428. Okay. My TP2 will be here. I'll make it to 30. Here you go. It's 28, but I'm just gonna do a little bit higher. TP2. Selecta, did you are you didn't lose your account, right? Just take a breather. Take a breather. Oh, you're also from Kenya, Selecta. You're residing in Qatar. That's interesting. How did you end up in Qatar from Kenya? Or if you don't want to share, you don't have to share. I'm just curious because I love people that travel around and are because I think it's so it opens up your mind if you travel. So I just love talking to people and um, yeah, that are traveling around and moving to different countries. Because people are always asking me, why did you move to South Africa? And I'm like, yeah, why not? It's life's too short to stay in one place. If you are able to travel, it opens your mind. That's the only point that I want to make. But you have to be able. It takes sometimes time, right, to be able to do so. But it's you grow a lot from traveling. Because let me tell you one thing, life it wasn't easy from. I mean, I've gone through some hardships here, really. Um, but it makes you a lot stronger. I mean, I've been scammed here, and I've been a lot of bad things happened as well. But hey, I'm still loving it. Well, I went for work and stuff. So I'm currently trying to find financial freedom with trading. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna bring. My stop needs to go further down now, or I'm just waiting a little bit more. This is my weak spot. I've been. If I let me see how much points, because I'm a distribution trader, so I need those larger moves. So my stop needs to be. This was my initial stop. Let me just calculate here. This is 7. If it works out, a 7-hour trade, and this is a 10-hour trade. I think that's good. That makes up for missing that first trade, right? I can forgive myself. No, I'm not mad. I don't. I am very. I can be hard on myself. But you know what? I think it's a beautiful trade. A rejected VWAP. So you mean it's below VWAP now? When you say rejected, is it above? Did it go hit VWAP and is it bouncing off it? Or did it reject it? Is below it? I can put it on. Well, it's very easy for me. The only worry that I would have is that that this would be a rejection block. But it's okay. Now, you know what is the downside from being in a trade like this? You want to sit through it, right? And I actually have to do some stuff, but hey, I'm not going anywhere because I need to see this. I might leave when I hit this TP. I will leave this runner on, and I would leave it, and my stop loss would be in profit then. So then it's okay. I never leave my trade on, even with a stop loss. I'm just not there to do that. I just feel too, unless it's in profit, but sometimes it just did not, um, sometimes they don't take it. So I just don't want to be caught by surprise. Oh, look at that reaction. Go. I love you, gold. This is quite a trade, to be honest. Imagine if you do it on a full gold contract. Just even to this one. Oh, this is low. I calculated it wrong. Hold on. So I guess what we can take away from this session, ICT, I thank you for your lesson and for Eugene for confirming it. So takeaway from today is this wick here, the 0.5 had been hit, which gave us a confirmation for a move to the downside. It was enough. Plus, what I noticed, it was 0.38 instead of 0.5, but that can be enough if you get the confirmation of a wick like this, right? Then we had SMT on silver. If you look at silver, there was SMT. Gold took out the 230 candle with the 245. Silver did not. So we had SMT. We have this wick. And we had Eugene confirming it. So we had confirmation, even though it was hard to read. But I guess now using these wicks give you a lot of insight, right? In situations like this, because it's not only the wick, I guess, but it was the SMT with the silver. We have the rejection block. Yes, and we can identify this as the manipulation move, which is a lot of the times that 1:50 to 2:50 a.m. Yeah. So, but for me, the extra that I'm learning now to use are these wicks, those daily wicks, and now I can see the power of them, because I would have still stayed bullish until we might have gone higher, but hey. Did you, Eugene? Are you using those wicks already? Are you already familiar with those daily wicks with using those? Yeah, and looking at the daily as well, right? Because if you look at the 4-hour, on the daily, you can clearly see you're going to get three. Most likely, we're going to get three of these continuation downside moves, right? This is just a continuation of this move. So we just created the manipulation wick. So this is just a manipulation into the 0.5 of this wick here. Thank you, ICT, for these lessons. I am highly grateful for that, man. I am. If I would have missed it now, if Eugene wasn't here, I would have seen it in my journaling, because I would have missed the trade. Because I would still be a little bit like, oh, what's going on? And obviously I would have gotten in here maybe, but then I have to wait for the retest. But I would figure it out by journaling it. But now we got the trade, and I hope we learned something. Looking at the daily SMT with silver, using the wick, the daily wick, and yeah, I think it was a very, very insightful session today. I learned a lot myself today. So guys, I think that deserves a lot. I need to ask for a lot. I mean, I hate it, but apparently I need to do that because otherwise, the algorithm doesn't see my new channel as something that is that is giving some value, I guess. But I think thank you to Eugene as well. It is Eugene. I these likes are for you today. But yeah, I learned a lot today, and this session is very insightful. Is anyone else in a short? This is going to be a long, yeah. So once this one is taken, I will have to end the stream because I need to do some stuff. But hey, I will be back again for the. I'm just wondering, guys. You know, I don't want to be on stream all the whole AM PM session. So I'm just wondering. I really like the PM session, but I also like to do the AM session. Yeah, well, I like to. I am not ashamed to say if I'm in doubt, but you could hear me go back and forth a little bit, and but that helps me also frame like, okay, what am I seeing? What am I missing? What am I? Now, at some point, I did say, okay, I think we have reached the level here, and I think we're going into this level here, right? I think this is going to be one. This is going to be a daily range here. This from here to here. I think that might be a daily range, but we'll see. I trust that a lot at the moment. So I do really believe we are going here, but then I have to reassess. So I'm okay to leave it, and my this can go into profit now. I'll just leave it here. I'll move it a little bit. But you helped me a lot by when you said no, I'm bullish and I'm bearish, blah blah blah, and then I thought, why is he bearish? Where is he looking at? Because you have to frame it from something, right? So then I asked about that wick, and I said, are you looking at that wick, or is it the daily candle? And then I looked at the daily candle. Hey, look at that. Oh, nice, beautiful trade, guys, beautiful. I'm very 481. Yeah, I think my 1/3 level will be hit here. Let me get this away. I'll show you guys here on the 15. Oh shit, did I? Look at the 0.66 level, the 1/3 level. I need to make sure that I'm not one tick below it because I might be. It might not take me. That will be annoying. Wow, I'm up $700 already on 2 micros. Crazy. Okay, I'm taken out. But okay, I already put it a little bit higher. I'm up 2 micro golds, $600. Okay. I need to put my. I'm gonna lower my. Wow. Okay, I want to see if it's gonna hit this level here. Okay, it's calculated exactly. It is 18 par, so we're going to get the 420 to 440 move. So let's see. We might get a move up in consolidation, but I like it that it did not hit the level exactly. Why? If it hit the level exactly, you might get a reversal. If not, it means continuation. If it doesn't hit it exactly, it's continuation. It's just moving up. You don't want it to hit it exactly because that means the move is over for a longer time. So I'm keeping my, this one is still in. What was unexpected? No, everything is working out like exactly how we wanted to work out. So I just don't want my stop to be, like I said, this move is going to take a while. It's not going to go here very quickly, but it did not hit the 0.66 exactly. I double checked if I measured it correctly. But this means if it hits it exactly, boom, or you see the body on top of it, you might get a reversal because it uses those levels very algorithmically. But because it didn't hit it, I am very confident we are going lower or we're going back to this level. Yeah, it's crazy. 600 bucks just with two micros. Imagine with two minis. I mean, but I'm not gonna level. I'm not gonna trade micro minis gold yet. No, hell not. Yeah, so now we're gonna get some price action, but it's not done yet with the move. I mean, but I just made $1,000 on this trade, guys. And just two micros. That's crazy. How's that possible? 968 bucks. Wow. Two micros. Now I took out this liquidity here. We're going to get the 220 move. I'm just curious to see how it's going to behave, to be honest. That is just crazy how I mean, obviously. So Eugene, are you also micros, yeah, on gold? I wonder who's doing. I mean, if you catch that move on with minis, that's a lot of money. I mean, NQ is just 20, just $20. But I mean, that's already crazy if you have a good move. But gold is like really mad. Are we gonna get a V-shaped recovery? We don't want that. Okay, so my lesson also for this with a move like this, I think next time what I will do, I will put I would not anticipate the 0.66 because it could reject already from the 0 point from the quarter level and not from the 1/3, because if the 1/3 is not hit, it means it will go down later, right? So better for me not to have. I did get out on my other account, so I locked in the money, so that's okay. But for now, what I will do next time is put the TP here at the quarter level. Like Eugene, it's exactly Eugene's. He said 4081, so I guess that's what he did. And then leave a runner. Do you still have a runner, Eugene? I guess so, right? Or did you have? Are you still having two runners? And then I'll leave the runner at my final TP, which is an algorithmic level that I think will be the range, which will be the range between this one and yeah, and somewhere here. Um, but and then reassess during the AM session, definitely. Um, and let's see if it gets out of this range. But this will be a range, I think. But we'll see. Um, or I must say, not a session range, not a dealing range, session range. Two runners, okay. Nice, nice. Yeah. You know what takes a lot of time for me to do? Because obviously on some, we as a content creator, you need to have like clips and especially specific things that are highlights of your stream. But if you have like a trade like this, which takes a long time, you have to clip it, right? Or that takes a lot of time to go over. You go back in your stream, and I always forget to record mine, so I have to wait until YouTube publishes it, and that takes sometimes 24 hours. And then you have to go over all your what you said and just use those little things to make it a short, because apparently people have a attention span of 35 seconds. That's it. It's done. So you have to clip everything in 35 seconds. But that takes a lot of time, I'm telling you, because you really have to look for specific things that are really, cover the what you want to say in a good way. But you don't think about it when you're on stream, right? So, but that takes quite some. I mean, sometimes it takes me a whole day to make a short because I'm just looking into to go over. And sometimes if you have a marathon stream, I have to go over the whole stream. Like, okay, what was that? What was it? Is that valuable? Is that not? Blah blah blah. But yeah, I know you have some AI stuff for that. But I'm like, you know, um, I guess there are things to make it easier. But then again, I never know. I trusted if they miss something that I would not have missed. But anyway, just watching it for now. But I have to actually go. I have to do some stuff. But I don't want to go. Um, I think yeah, AI clip. I know. Yeah, I know. But from the video itself, all day is too much. Yeah, but you know, when you're new and you're sort of like starting, and I think it's you have to have the base. You know, I already some people have already um, came to me to ask, hey, do you need help with thumbnails and stuff like that? I'm like, you know what? I do at some point, but I do want to try it myself first to know what are the possibilities, what am I looking for. You know, I think it's part of the as a new tuber. I think you have to go through that a little bit just to see, and then really find out what do I like to do, what I don't like to do, and then you know you want to have when you reach a certain point, you will ask help for that. So, but no, I enjoy learning how to edit and what can I use. So it's not like um, I'm not really enjoying it, but at some point I do want help with some stuff with that. But it's more like, you know, learning it and getting the hang of it. And then I also know better what to ask if I have someone doing the editing for me. Like, okay, I want this, I want that, and then I know what's possible and you know things like that. But so for now, it's just also like you know part of the journey. But the learning, the growth goes is very steep because once you learn how to use Canva, how to clip videos, um, you know, I think you have to be able to do it yourself a little bit, and then you know that's how I've always been doing my things. But definitely, hey, yeah, we need to do other stuff, right? We don't want to sit all day and doing that things. But I enjoy it because I learn a lot. Um, Have a nice day, Selecta. I hope you don't feel too bad, and I hope to see you in the next stream. And we'll get there. You know, we've all. I mean, it's so you know what you're going through is just very recognizable. But just don't give up, okay? I'll talk to you later. Have a nice day as well. 4:30. Okay, Guy, I think I just have to let this one run because I really need to do some stuff. I wish I did not, but it's a little bit of a busy week for me to. You know, I can do when things calm down a little bit. I don't mind going into pre-market and stuff like that. If I have the time, I can do marathon streams if I don't have things to do. Unfortunately, today's not one of them, but maybe in the AM PM session, we'll see how price action is going. But for now, I have to say goodbye. I have to leave you guys and leave my trade as well. So um, I'm going to end it here. I want to thank everyone for joining, chatting, and being part of the channel. And I think we had a really, really good session, and we learned a lot today. I mean, I did, and we were. I hope other people have been being able to catch that move as well. Even though a little part is just, you know, it's good enough. You don't have to have the whole move. So, but anyway, I love you all. Hey, Mither, are you still here? Did you manage to get a trade, by the way? I would love to know. Did you take that short? Metho has been, I think, almost from. I'm sure he was here in the one of the first week already. So I missed the trade. Oh shit. Okay, I would have loved to hear that you took it, but it's okay. Yeah, you're doing fine. But anyway, I'll see you soon again. You have a lovely day, and I'll catch you guys soon, later today or either tomorrow in London again. Ciao, ciao. Oh, and I'll let you guys know when the Discord is up and running. It might be faster than Monday, but I'll keep you posted.